Hola clase, soy el SenorD, and we're going to start our lesson here about the plural. Just want to start you off by looking at this word right here, shoe. That says the shoe in Spanish. And if you notice, all we did, we made it plural. We added an S to the word, and we changed L to los. I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what the plural looks like in Spanish before I explain to you exactly what we do. Here's the word la camisa, which is the shirt. Here is las camisas. Here is the word that says a cat, and to make that plural, un actually changes to unos, and then we change cat, gato, to gatos, some cats. Here's the word una flor, which means flower. Change that to unas flores. So if you look at that and you think about English, it's pretty similar, Spanish and English. Before we learn plural rules, remember at last chapter I told you exactly what a definite article is? These words, el and la, mean the. And you know that el without the accent means the. Well, let's learn the plural of that. In English, we only have one word for the, but in Spanish, we actually have four. So we have el, we have la, you already know, that's singular definite articles. If you look on the other side, here's the plural. El is going to change to los. So the plural of el is los. The plural of la is simply las. So that's not a big change between la and las, but it's a pretty good change between el and los. And as I scribble on the board, I do that so you can see what I'm talking about. You don't have to write all these scribbles down. You just need to fill in the notes. But anyway, here's los, here's las, and here is the translation. So again, there are four words in Spanish for the word the, and it all depends on the sentence which one you'll use. We'll now learn the plural of the indefinite articles. There's the bell. Last chapter I taught you un and una. These words mean a, and sometimes they can mean an. But un is the masculine, una is the feminine. Look at the plural of these words. Now, in English, the plural of a and an is some, or a few. In Spanish, this is what it looks like. So how do you say some unos? Here's una. To make that plural, we just simply add an s, unas. So again, not a big change from singular to plural here, but a little bit of a greater change here from un to unos. We have to add os to it. So here, just so you can repeat this after me, los, las, unos, unas. And again, these are your two new words. They mean the. These are your two new words, unos and unas, and they mean some or a few. Okay, now, I'm going to teach you the 4 rules for making Spanish nouns plural. This is just for nouns. So there are 4 rules when making Spanish nouns plural. Okay? So let's think about this first rule. I'll tell you what it is and then we'll practice some. If the noun ends in a vowel, that's a vowel there. I'm going to run out of room to write that. Vowel. Add s. Also, you must change the article to make it plural. So, for example, el changed to los. Libro, which means book, it ends in a vowel. The O is a vowel there, so we simply add an S. Libros, so we did 2 things. El went to los, and we added S to libro. So we went from the book to the books. Here's the word for blouse, that's a cognate, a blouse. Una went to unas, and then we simply add an S to blusas. Unas blusas. Whoops. I'm spelling that completely wrong. It's Friday. blusas. Here's the word for class A, popular word. La goes to las, and class A goes, excuse me, to class A's. So your first rule, if the noun ends in a vowel, add S, and you always change the article. Let's go to the back of your notes for the last 3 rules. Number 2, if the noun ends in a, wait for the bell. If the noun ends in a consonant, add ES. So what are consonants? Well, that's B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, and so on and so forth. Whoops, O is not a vowel. I missed it. So, consonants, consonante en español. Here's what we do. Again, we still change the article. L goes to los. Here's the word suéter for sweaters. Suéteres. And I believe the accent disappears. Here's the word el examen. And to make that plural, it changes to los exámenes. N is a consonant, so we add ES. León, there's the word for lion. L goes to los, and león goes to leones. So if it ends in a vowel, you add S. If it ends in a consonant, you add ES. 2 more rules, not as popular, not as common, but if the noun ends in Z, change the Z to C before you add ES. So that's a lot I just said. Let me explain to you what happens. Some nouns in Spanish end in Z. This is the word for a pencil. To make this plural, the Z changed to a C, and then you added the ES. And also, like always, we change un to unos. Okay, here's another rule. Then again, this is not a very, I don't want to keep saying popular, but common. There's not that many words like that, but there are some in Spanish. So let's look at this. If the noun already ends in S, change the article and leave the noun alone. What am I talking about there? Look at this word. This word means, this says the umbrella. And it's singular even though it ends in S. So how do you make this plural? Well, all you do.
Excuse the interruption. Just want a reminder that all staff can now leave. All staff can now leave.
They're telling us that the staff can leave, but I'm staying here just so you guys can get this video in this weekend. Here's the word L. To make this plural, we're going to take L and change it to los, and then we are going to leave the noun alone. So you don't do anything to the noun. All you do is change the article. So this says the umbrella, and this says the umbrellas, plural. Now, I just talked for 8.5 minutes, and I rushed through this a little bit to make the video shorter. Here are 13 practices, and I'll do number 6 for you. What I want you to do is make these words plural. So first you change the article, unos, and then we change the noun, because I followed the rules. I know the rules, but you refer to the rules when you are doing this practice. Also, please watch this video a couple times, just to reiterate the lecture, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Good luck and enjoy your weekend.